Meera had always been fascinated by science. As a child growing up in Kerala, she had watched Fantastic Voyage with her grandfather, amazed at the idea of doctors shrinking down and traveling inside the human body to perform life saving surgery. Imagine if we could actually send tiny robots inside a person to cure diseases, she had once said. Years later, Meera found herself working as a scientist, making that very dream a reality. She was part of a team developing micro nano motors, tiny robots that could swim through the human body and deliver treatments with pinpoint accuracy. In a high tech lab, Meera and her colleague Devan were experimenting with ways to build microscopic robots. Their mission was to design micro nano robots so small that they could travel through blood cells even without being noticed. They used two main methods to build these tiny machines, like painting a wall by spraying tiny droplets. This method, called sputtering, involved coating a surface with metal particles to shape the micro nano motors. The second method was like cooking with special ingredients. Meera mixed chemicals that reacted together, forming microscopic structures which we called wet chemistry. But creating them wasn't enough. How could these tiny explorers move inside the human body? Powering these tiny micro nano motors was done using special ways. One is self propelled. That is, these micro nano robots work like tiny rockets producing tiny gas bubbles to push themselves forward. Others were remotely controlled using magnetic fields, ultrasound, electricity, or even light. The most amazing ones were powered by living cells, red blood cells, bacteria, or platelets that carried them through the bloodstream like a natural taxi service. Now, these tiny medical explorers were ready for their biggest mission, that is, saving lives. One day, Meera met a young boy named Arun who was suffering from a very serious brain disorder. Traditional treatments weren't working because medicine couldn't easily pass into the brain. That is when Meera had an idea. What if we sent micro nano motors into the Arun's bloodstream to carry the medicine directly to his brain? She suggested. The doctors agreed, and Meera's team prepared the micro nano motors. The tiny robots traveled through Arun's blood vessels, crossed the brain's protective barrier, and delivered the medicine exactly where it was needed. Days later, Arun's condition improved. He was smiling and talking again. This was just one miracle made possible by the micro nano motors. Across the world, these tiny medical robots are performing missions straight out of a sci fi movie. Micro nanomotors were repairing tissues and removing blockages in arteries without the need for large surgeries. These surgeries are called as microsurgeries. Instead of flooding the entire body with medicine, micro nanomotors can perform targeted drug delivery to precise organs, reducing side effects. Like in the Arun's case, micro nanomotors could deliver medicine to treat Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. Some micro nanomotors stopped bleeding instantly and speed up healing just like tiny team of emergency doctors inside the body. The possibilities were endless, and Meera knew this was just the beginning. As she watched the tiny robots at work, Meera felt a sense of wonder. The science fiction stories of her childhood had come to life. Imagine a world where surgeries doesn't need scalpels. Medicine is delivered only where it is needed, no more unnecessary side effects. Diseases are stopped before they could become dangerous. One day, instead of taking pills or injections, a tiny army of medical robots might enter our bodies, healing us from the inside, one microscopic mission at a time.